got Venom. Got Venom. We got a Venom trailer. I don't know where that got Venom came from. Last night, I saw, or the afternoon, yesterday afternoon, I saw the picture. First look at what Venom looked like, and then it was like a 4-second, 5-second clip of the suit forming around him. I watched that because we were promised, or we were told we was gonna get a trailer later that night, last night, but I didn't see it until I was going to sleep, and I'm like, oh man, I'll do a reaction tomorrow. I didn't want to watch it, so I just put my phone down, went to sleep. I was tired. I liked what I saw. It's always weird when we don't see Venom's tongue hanging out his mouth. In the comics, you usually always see the tongue hanging out, and it's very few times, it's very seldom that you don't see it. So whenever you see his whole head and face without the tongue, it something looks missing. But that has happened in the comics a lot too, even in his first appearance. You know, bunch of different artists drew Venom a bunch of different ways. Nothing's worse than the 2099 characters, the Hulk 2099, Venom 2009. Oh my gosh, those. So to me, this looked okay. It looked okay. I heard a lot of people have some positive feedback about it. I've heard some people say they don't like the way it looks. It's too shiny or whatever. What do we really expect it to look like? Spider-Man 3's Venom? I didn't like how it looked like the Spider-Man costume still. It had like the webbing design on there. I would have liked if they took that off to give Venom more of his own personality, you know what I'm saying? But I love the Venom character. I grew up around the time that he was introduced in comics and stuff like that, a little bit after. So I like him. He's one of those adversaries for Spider-Man who knows who he is, knows how he feels. Same powers, just stronger, and he's cool. He's cool. He's not my favorite Spider-Man villain, but he's definitely up there. I like him a lot. And he even went to be the Lethal Protector because he was so liked by fans that they kind of turned him into an anti-hero. Let's get into this trailer. Tom Hardy, I'm a fan of. Hope this thing's good.
You should be extremely afraid.
A teaser before the trailer, once again.
Thank you for bringing us collectively to this moment. It is a moment that so many have.
Chances is they got it from outer space.
Of claiming history starts today.
This is going to be so different than what we know from the comics. I know it is.
The guy you work for is an evil person.
I don't work for him. My firm works for him. Are you gonna behave yourself tomorrow?
I told you I want to do my job.
Oh, so they start off in a relationship, probably.
I follow people that do not want to be followed. What about the allegations that you recruit the most vulnerable
Yes,
for tests?
yes, he's
that
working
end
in
up
media.
killing people?
That's what I wanted. I wanted Brock to be
You
working
have
in
to
media.
learn how to hide in plain sight. I'm pretty good at it, but you suck. Whoever you are.
I work at the Life Foundation, and I need your help.
I think I might like this.
We call them symbiotes. Carlton Drake believes that the union between human and symbiote is the key to our evolution.
Experiment on other people.
I'm feeling really sick.
Wait a second.
I'm hearing a voice. You're not real. You were just in my head.
I'm gonna need Mr. Drake's property back.
I don't know. Why would we do that?
Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. That's kind of what I want to see.
If you're gonna stay, you will only hurt bad people.
The way I see it, we can do whatever we want. Do we have a deal?
Are you willing to sacrifice the one thing you hold most dear?
Anti-hero. He's going to start off as an anti-hero. He's got to. We'll talk about that later.
What the hell are you?
We are Venom.
That looked good to me. That looked good. Hold on. Let's make sure that's it. October. Yeah, we know. Okay, that's it. That looked good to me. And he's probably going to start off as an anti-hero. And the reason is because they're not connecting this straight up into Spider-Man's world right away. We know how it happened in the comics. Battle World, off in the Secret Wars, Spider-Man got a new costume. It was the symbiote. And he gave it up because it was changing his personality. Then they got to Eddie Brock, who was already a terrible person anyway. It doesn't look like he starts off the same. So that's why it's going to be different. He's going to start off like anti-hero. You know what I mean? So let's accept it. But I think this will be connected to the Spider-Man universe, the MCU, through Spider-Man, Homecoming's universe or whatever. I do. I really do. It only makes sense to the majority of people who are comic fans. Although most people who see movies aren't comic fans, not hardcore comic fans. You know what I mean? So, but it makes sense. They can connect it. If they ever have plans to do it later, they can connect it. Now, there's been talk like you might see Peter Parker on the news. This takes place in San Francisco. All the way across the country, you have New York City. So they might see him in the news. They might see him in the papers. It might talk about some events. It's going to be probably tied in loosely, but I think they should just tie it in, period. You know what I mean? If this is the first person who accessed the symbiote the way that Brock does, it's pretty much going to be no webbing. I've seen this before in the Ultimate Universe. He's not using webbing. It's more like just tentacles come out and stretch, kind of like Carnage does, instead of using webbing. He's not going to have a spider emblem on his chest. I doubt it. I really doubt he's going to. And that sucks. It really does. But I thought at first he was going to be some guy in the military. They was going to follow like the Flash Thompson Venom storyline. Oh, he got a broken back. He loses the use of his legs. We use the symbiote to give him his legs back. But he's working in media, a reporter, photographer, whatever. Like Brock was in the comics. I like that. You know, make Eddie Brock as much of the Eddie Brock as we already know as possible. Still making a good movie. You have to make a movie, and it's going to have to be different. Everything's not the same as the comics, and we can't expect that. I like it. I'm here for it. I was very worried about this. I really was, but after seeing this trailer and the direction they're going in, I think I'm going to be okay. I really do. And if they throw Spider-Man in this, just, you know, a little scene here, there, after credits, fantastic. It can work. Remember what they did with the Hulk? When Tony Stark came in after the credits? I mean, like, people was like, yeah, here he's at the end. It's going to be at the end. It's going to be at the end of the credits and stuff like that. And throwing Tony Stark's in there. Didn't have him in the movie. Didn't mention anything about Iron Man or anything. Just had him at the end. They can do the same thing here. People would love it. They're not going to hate it. Who's going to hate it? Who's going to hate the fact that you put Venom where he's supposed to be in Spider-Man's universe? Who's going to hate that? Anyway, yeah, that was good. That was a good trailer. I liked it. That's cool. I hated all the teasers. I hate teasers. I like trailers. Just give me the preview, the trailer. Anyway, that's my reaction. See you next time.